3, 2, 1. Welcome to my presentation, which I'll be doing on Thermopylae, or Thermopylae, which was a battle that took place during the Greco-Persian War in the year 480 BC. I'm doing this presentation because after doing the last one, the First Punic War, I wanted to do something similar, like not Roman, so I decided to do one that included the Greeks. And it's known for like a story where you have a big bad and a big evil and everybody coming together and persevering till the end, I guess. Anyway, the gist is you have Greek city-states in Greek, not unified at all, but they do have a common enemy, which is the Persian Empire, right? And at Corinth, all the Greek city-states decide and discuss what they should do. Out of 70, only 30 decide to agree on something, which is that they'll stop the Persians at Thermopylae, which is a narrow pass in Greece. It's named after the thermal pools nearby. You know, thermal means hot, and Pyle actually means gate, the hot gate. This is Thermopylae zoomed in on Greece. The Persians are coming from the north here. Oh, there's watermarks. And this is the Phoenician War, and this is where the Greeks were. The Greeks only had a force about 7,000 men strong, whereas the Persians had at least 200,000. So the Greeks were heavily outnumbered.
What continent is that on?
Greece. It's in Greece.
It's in Greece, okay.
Yeah.
Is Greece a continent?
No.
It's okay, I hear you answer. It's fine.
The Greeks consisted of people from all over Greece. You had Thebans, Thespians, Spartans, everybody. The Spartans were the main force, of which only 300, there were only 300. And they managed to hold the gate for 7 days. 7 days non-stop from archers and foot soldiers from the Persians. And it was pretty impressive, them coming through all together as a force to prevent the Persians. But ultimately they lost because the Persians found a path up and around the mountain and got around them. Yeah, but the Spartans fought till the end until they all pretty much... No, the Persian commander decided to stop fighting and just passed them anyway because he didn't want any more Persians to die, because they had already lost loads of soldiers during the battle. And to zoom out, Thermopylae is there. And they needed Thermopylae to get to Athens. But the Persians didn't succeed too much, because at the same time there's another battle happening at sea, which the Athens were in control of. And they succeeded at that, and then once the Persians got to Athens, they came back in time and baited them, they lured them out, and then annihilated them at sea. And today, Thermopylae is remembered as a battle where you have the Greeks, like I see, just really good, and them all coming together, being one, which has inspired many people in future wars. Like in World War I and II, you've had soldiers that have been inspired by this to keep fighting in there. And it's a lot like Jordan Peterson's reasons for why young people take part in protests and stuff to be part of something bigger. And that is why...
That's not what he says.
Is it not? Okay. Okay, well, that's what I thought you said. But this is my presentation on Thermopylae. Thank you for listening.
Is there a meme?
There is me. There is me.
Looks a little bit like Mark Wahlberg if you squint.
Right.
Okay, Malachi, what do you think of the presentation? Any critique, advice, or anything to say?
I think it was okay. It was a bit boring. The meme at the end doesn't really make sense. Yeah.
Okay. Natalia?
I liked it. Contrary to your other presentations, I had some basic knowledge of this
Okay.
from history and from pop culture.
Right.
I liked it. I think you could have shortened it a little,
Right.
like be a bit more succinct
Mm-hmm.
and maybe not repeat the same thing more than once. And I forgot. I wanted to say one more thing. Oh yeah, you could have mentioned the you could have either mentioned how it inspired pop culture,
Right.
because there were lots of movies,
Yeah.
or maybe you could have given an I thought that would be interesting if you gave an example of how it was actually real, how the reality was different from what people made out of it in the
Mhm.
years after.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I think it was good.
Okay. Okay, first off, it was shorter than your previous ones, and it felt shorter.
Mm-hmm.
You talking was easier to listen to, less drony.
Right.
Still a bit drony. It's just like one long thing. I mean, just started thinking about it now, but I don't think there was a framing to it, was there?
I don't know.
And there was no...
Yeah, he did start with a framing that it's famous for bringing people together and standing for something.
Yeah, but then that, if you said that, that's the end of that. There's no framing for the entire thing, like an overarching question or a thing to be solved. And there's nothing that had a resolution, was there? Or-
I'm not sure I understand.
I think I tried to use that as maybe.
Was there a section at the end where he resolved anything? Where there was like oh, that feels like an ending, that's good. We now understand the thing that was set up at the start.
No, he just repeated the theme. He told us what he told us.
Yeah, so there was no framing then. That's how For me, a framing is something that you... I'm not sure what it covers exactly, but for example, you propose something at the start, and you either answer it as a bit by bit as you close off each chapter, or the one chapter, or the two chapters, and it is fully resolved in the closing.
Mm-hmm.
But there was none of that. It's still just very much his information as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I told you that I want you to do it in under 2 minutes, and you didn't do it in under 2 minutes. It was cut in half the time, from 10 minutes to 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And you still did a presentation to Mama, not to the whole audience. And I don't know if you consciously cherry-picked information to make it shorter or not.
Mm.
It seemed like if it was done better than it was in the previous presentations.
Okay.
That's all. Vote?
Yeah.
Can I go first this time?
Mm-hmm.
I've been first for a while. I'm giving you a fail because I told you if it wasn't under 2 minutes, I was going to give you a fail.
Okay.
Fail.
Why?
It was quite boring. And the meme at the end didn't make sense, and some other reasons.
The meme makes sense, you just don't understand it.
Well, I guess take that off. Then.
Cool. Any other reasons you can say or not?
Yeah, it wasn't under 2 minutes.
Natalia?
I'll give you a pass.
Oh well.
Hello.
Oh,
How do you feel?
I don't know, I tried to make it under 2 minutes. But I guess I have to try to make information better, I think. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
To the question, how do you feel now? Okay.
Any feedback for next time?
Make it not boring.
Apart from okay, to make it
Interesting.
more engaging, you could try to dramatize a bit. And here are the Spartans, and the Persians are coming, and it's a narrow passage. And how long can a group of 300 not die when attacked by an army? Turns out they pick a really good spot. They managed pretty well. They would have managed even better, but the smarty pants Persians found a way around the mountain range. I remember that from history.
That's your advice for next time.
Well,
I'm just clarifying
just
what's
so
going
it's
on.
not like so monotonous.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
But
Bye.